If you like summertime and you like affordable fragrances, then I think this video will be for you, so make sure you stay tuned. If you don't like either of those two things, I don't believe you, so I'll see you after the intro. You see, I knew you'd stick with me, because who doesn't love an affordable fragrance? Actually, I do just want to make the distinction. I'm not calling these cheapy fragrances. I think most of the ones I'm going to talk about here are cheap, but there's certainly one that on the face of it isn't cheap, but when you take everything into account, I think it is a very affordable fragrance. So I've got 6 fragrances to talk to you about today. I love all of these. I think they're fantastic. I think they work really well in the summer. Most of these you could wear any time of the year, but I do think they excel in the summertime, and I think you're going to be pretty impressed with how cheap these are, even though I'm not calling this a cheapy video. All right, so we're going to start off with a fragrance that is from Armaf. Some people will call this a cologne. Most people would call this a cologne. So this is Milestone, Club de Nuit Milestone. And I think most people know by now that this is Armaf's take on Creed's Millésime Imperial. So Millésime Imperial, very expensive fragrance. We all know the kind of price tag that Creed put on their fragrances, and not everyone is willing to pay that. But there's an extra thing going on here. This has been said by many. I've not made a direct comparison, but people who are familiar with the original formulation of Millésime Imperial say that this is closer to the original Millésime Imperial than what Millésime Imperial is now. So the current formulation that you can buy is said by many, not me, to not be as good as this. That's pretty impressive, because this fragrance costs around £32. You can get that price on All Beauty. I think you can pick it up on Amazon, and that's for 105 ml. So what you're going to get with Milestone or Millésime Imperial, if you're not familiar with that fragrance, is you're going to get this fresh, fruity sort of smell, but then there's this sea salt mixed in there. There's a bit of muskiness, and I must admit that for quite a long time I liked Millésime Imperial, but I didn't think it was one of my favourite Creeds. I didn't enjoy it massively. There were Creeds that I enjoyed more than that one. But since I've been wearing this, since I've had a full bottle, because with Millésime Imperial I've only ever had small samples, so I guess you could argue I didn't really wear it that extensively, but I've had the opportunity to wear this one very extensively, and I've really grown to love the DNA of this. I don't know if I would like the current formulation of Creed's Millésime Imperial as much. What I do know is that I've been wearing this recently. I've been really enjoying it, and it works really well in the summer, especially when your skin heats up a little bit. So I can highly recommend Milestone from Armaf, and it's just £32 for 105 ml. So in my book, that is very affordable, if not cheap. I guess it is a bit of a cheapie. Okay, we're moving on now to a definite cheapie. So we're talking about Zara, and when it comes to Zara fragrances, they're always cheap. And yes, most Zara fragrances are clones or imitations, inspirations of other popular designer fragrances. This one is called Vibrant Leather Summer. It's a take, or it smells very similar to Dior Homme Cologne, although this adds a little bit of ginger to it, so it is a little bit different, but it definitely has that Dior Homme Cologne vibe, which is just this fresh, bright, clean, citrusy type of smell. It's not got much weight to it. It doesn't last a particularly long time, but on a warm summer's day, it just works an absolute treat. It's no longer called Vibrant Leather Summer. I believe it's now called Vibrant Leather Cologne. I don't know why they have this Vibrant Leather series, because to my nose, this one has nothing to do with leather, and I think most of them in the Vibrant Leather line don't have anything to do with leather. Anyway, it's just a name. Vibrant Leather Summer or Vibrant Leather Cologne is £20 at Zara. I think that is fantastic value. We're gonna stick clean, fresh and citrusy for the next one now. This is Versace Mano Fraiche. This is clean, fresh citruses, but there's some herbal elements and some woody elements. It's not heavy, particularly woody fragrance, but it does have some woody, a little bit of woody depth to it, but it's mainly about the citruses and the herbs. So it's not just a zingy sweet citrus scent. The herbal characteristics of this are underpinning everything and just creating this extra little bit of refinement. I looked at the prices on this, and the cheapest I could currently find it for is on the Fragrance Shop website. That's a UK based website, and it's £42. So for 100ml, it's still pretty decent value. I have seen it cheaper. I think it was either All Beauty or Notino. I picked this 100ml up for around £30. So it has been cheaper, but £42 is still decent value. If you're buying this, just be careful, because I did notice that even though this is the Eau de Toilette concentration, which is probably the one you want, they are selling Mano Fraiche deodorant and Mano Fraiche aftershave, which I guess aren't gonna last as long as this one. They do look much cheaper, but they come in the same bottle. So when you're buying this, if you're buying this, just make sure that you are getting the Eau de Toilette. But £42 at the Fragrance Shop is what you're gonna get that one for 100ml. The next one is from Montblanc. This has a freshness to it, but it's not strictly a summer freshie. I love wearing this one in the summer, but I also love wearing it all year round. So this is Individuel. This is definitely a cheapie, because you can get this 75ml bottle for £19.55. That is on Notino, and you can't say fairer than that, because this is a superb fragrance. It is this sweet, smooth, fruity scent. As I said, there's a bit of freshness. There's a little bit of creaminess in there. I think there's some sandalwood. So it's just got a bit of everything. It's a sweet fragrance that people around you will really enjoy. Highly likely to get some compliments from this. I get great performance. This will last me all day. So I'm very happy with the bang for buck that you get with this fragrance. I think it is absolutely superb. As many of you will already know, it is practically the same as Creed's original Santal. Obviously, very, very expensive. Very, very cheap. Considering the difference in price between these two fragrances and how close they smell, there's hardly anything in it in terms of how close they smell. That makes this an unbelievable bargain. If you can find Montblanc Individuel for around £20, then snap it up if you haven't smelled it already, because I love this fragrance and it's very versatile, not just a summer fragrance at all. The next one we're moving along to is, you know I love La Mal, and one of my favourite La Mal flankers is La Mal Eau Fraiche. This one you're looking at picking up, I think the only place I can see this at the moment is on Amazon, and that's £41.60. Now, I did have a bit of trouble finding it anywhere else. I couldn't see the Superman bottle, the Popeye bottle, or the Andre the Sailor bottle. They're all the same fragrance. I did see the Gaultier Airlines packaging, that presentation, and the bottle looks slightly differently to this. It's got the stripes on, like some of the other La Mal fragrances have. So I don't know if that means that La Mal Eau Fraiche is on the way out, or if there's just a gap in stock, but it didn't seem readily available, at least where I searched here in the UK. Maybe in other parts of the world it is. But what you're getting with this is a little bit of that gorgeous La Mal DNA. They just up the mint a little bit to make it a bit fresher, and there's some neroli in here. So it's not the longest lasting fragrance, but again, on a lovely warm day, I get 6-7 hours of performance. Really happy with this. I love the smell. If you like the La Mal DNA and you want something that is a little bit more invigorating, a little bit fresher for the summer, then I think you'll also really enjoy this one if you can get hold of it. Let's hope it's not getting discontinued. I don't know if it is, but I was just struggling to find any versions other than the Gaultier Airlines version on Amazon, and I think possibly eBay as well. I've seen it cheaper. I think I bought this cheaper than what it is currently going for, but maybe if it's going to get even more difficult to get hold of, £41.60 isn't such a bad price. So let's watch this space on that one. Maybe it will come back into stock, who knows. Lovely, lovely summer fragrance, and not too expensive either, very affordable. The last fragrance that I'm going to talk to you about is the most expensive. This is a niche fragrance, okay? But don't stop the video, don't let that put you off, because let me tell you, this is cheaper than a lot of designer fragrances when you work out the price per mil. So this is from Jacques Fath. This is a brand I've recently discovered, and look at the size of this bottle. This is Curacao Bay. This is a 200ml bottle. This is perfumed by Cécile Zarokian. It is a slightly tropical, exotic type of smell. It smells a little bit of coconut. It's got some frangipani in there and some fruits as well, so it gives you that slightly exotic vibe. But mixed in with that, there's a bit of sea salt, so it's got this really nice saltiness. It's a little bit creamy. It's got a bit of a suntan lotion vibe, but it's more than that. It's got more structure to it than that. I get a great performance. I could wear this on a warm day. I could wear this on an autumn day even, and I would still get good performance. But on a warm summer's day, because it's got those nice, warming, exotic, tropical vibes, I just think it's a superb fragrance. The price on this is 124 euros. That works out to about 106 pounds. And if you work out the price per mil for a 200 ml bottle, which is going to be your best value way of buying this fragrance, that's 53 pence per mil. That is cheaper than a lot of designer fragrances, so I think that represents fantastic value. I think it's a stunning scent. To be able to get a niche fragrance by Cécile Zarokian for 53 pence per mil, I think that's fantastic. I would say just watch, this is obviously a bright blue colour, so if you're wearing a nice white vest or t-shirt or shirt, then just, I would probably say avoid spraying this on clothes. I did spray it on a test strip earlier. You do get a faint blueness. I don't know how much it would stain or how much it would be noticeable when it dries, but I would say just test it first. Just be aware of this blue juice colour. But Curacao Bay from Jacques Fath is an absolutely stunning fragrance, and I think when you break everything down and you factor everything in, a very affordable scent. So there it is, the finishing lineup of my top 6 affordable summer fragrances. Whether you bought all of these or whether you just had one, you will certainly be smelling great this summer because I think they're all fantastic. Let me know what your favorite affordable summer fragrances are. They can be cheapies, they can be whatever you like, as long as you think in some way it's affordable. If you're familiar with any of these fragrances that I've talked about today, please do let me know what you think of them. Drop me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. And that's it from me on this one. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. Remember, keep tuning into FM, keep smelling good, and I'll see you in the next one.